Hey, my name is Brandon from Cornerstone Performance Solutions, and today we're going to be installing this 4.5-inch closed box intake. Alright, so first we have to start with removing the factory intake. So to do that, you need a few different tools. We're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, a standard head flathead screwdriver, a utility knife with some sort of sharp blade on it, a 3/8 ratchet, an 8mm, an 11mm, and a 3/8 extension, and we'll get to the extension piece later. First we are going to start taking the stock box off of the throttle body right here. It is used with a flathead standard screwdriver. Next we are going to remove the IAT sensor from the factory airbox. Set that aside. Next you'll grab your utility knife. We're going to come over here to this PCV factory line right here, and you're just going to put a small score into it so we're able to remove this without completely destroying it. That should pull right off. Then you're going to grab your your Phillips screwdriver. Remove the 3 Phillips screws from the top of the lid. Set those aside. Grab that in a second. And your lid should pop off and it should come disconnected from the throttle body. So we're going to set this aside and then dive into the lower half of the stock airbox. Alright, so now that the top lid is off, we have to work on removing the bottom half of the factory airbox. So you're going to have an 8mm screw right here. Go ahead and remove that. Set that aside. We're going to remove the factory air filter. Ours actually looks pretty decent. There's not that many miles on our car. Set that aside. Now if you come in here and take a look, the factory air box has the front air dam from the front of the grill that comes in and connects to the factory air box. So there's 4 push pins. We'll go ahead and we'll push these in, and it's kind of tricky, but you might have to use some muscle kind of persuading this to come out, but we're going to go ahead and get this out, and then we'll come back as soon as we're starting to install ours. Go ahead and set that aside. Make sure that the stock one is still in place. That can stay there. Next thing what we're going to do is we are going to grab our 8mm again and come down here on this factory bolt that goes to the valve cover. We are going to remove this bolt. So I'm going to use that extension that I talked about earlier just to make life a little easier, and go ahead and remove this bolt. You will see why we are going to remove this bolt in just a second. Alright, so it is a captured washer on there. It cannot come loose, so that is all one piece. Set that aside, and then let's hop into our end. Alright, so now that the bottom of the factory airbox is removed, we still have our dam inlet from the front of the grill. That's going to be able to go right to our aftermarket filter that we're going to put in. Bottom valve cover bolt is removed. We have our new enclosed box that's going to seal the new filter from all the engine heat, all the heat from the headers, the heat from the supercharger. We have this bracket right here. This is going to go get mounted to the bottom valve cover bolt through this hole. So here's where you're going to want your extension. We put a nice little hole right there to slide your little 8mm. it's going to get installed right over that line. Go ahead and get it started. I dropped the ratchet. We want it tight. Go ahead and tighten that down. Leave it a little bit loose so we can kind of play with the rest of the box, get it where we want it to sit. Pull it back through that hole that we conveniently drilled right there for you. Stock air box dam again stays in there. We're going to reuse the 8mm bolt that we took out from the front. That's going to go in the front right here. Go ahead and reinstall this. This bolt's about 3 feet long, so I don't know why they did this. Again, we're going to leave that one a little bit loose. Come down to the valve cover bolt. We're going to snug this one up back tight. We don't want any leaks. We do include a black little I guess plug that's going to fill that hole. We're pretty serious about not letting any heat to that filter. So that is what the box should look like installed. It's got a little bit of flex up here, so when we put our lid to enclose the box, there's a little bit of flex in there to allow for that. So now let's get to the center section to connect the tube to the throttle body. All right, so I sort of forgot a part. We have to take the original stock IAT sensor out of the factory airbox cover. So I'm gonna go grab that tube. So they are hard plastic injection molded into there. We are going to take the IAT sensor, turn it counterclockwise. It'll only go so far. Pull it out. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to go put this back on the counter. I'm going to grab our middle hard pipe section that comes with our kit. The IAT sensor is going to slide in there, and it's going to sit right there. And then I'm going to grab the other portion of our intake, the hard elbow, obviously 4.5 inch on one side, about 90 millimeters on the other side. Is going to connect to the stock throttle body. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up or snug it up right now. I did grab an impact with an 11 mil on it, just to kind of speed up the process, because you'll be there all day. Now we are going to PCV 90-degree elbow, should already come installed on it. That is going to go on the top. IAT sensor is going to be facing down or on the bottom. We're going to slide it into this boot right here. If you want to use hairspray on the inside of your boot to make it help slide in a little bit easier, you can. We're not going to tighten this one down because we might have to orientate it a different way to get the filter to sit just right in the box. I'm going to go ahead and grab the filter. They are oiled, so I would suggest washing your hands after this, because they do come from the filter guys pretty oiled up. We're going to slide this in there. Filter should get rotated down so the bottom of the filter sits towards the bottom of the box and catches all that cool air coming off the front through that the air dam, I guess you can call it, through the front. Kind of get it orientated how you want. The flange of the filter must sit outside of the box in order for the lid to clamp down securely, to hold this kind of all in place where it needs to go. Once you kind of get it where you want it, again, PCV is going to go on top, IAT is on the bottom. You have enough pipe going into each of these. You can go ahead and snug up your T-bolt clamp that we offer with the kit. I'm going to rotate it down so you can't really see it that well. Go ahead and grab a standard screwdriver. Filter's where I want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the worm gear clamp on the filter. Try not to stab myself. get that pretty snug. That is what it should look like in the box itself. We're going to go ahead, grab the IAT sensor that we took off the factory box. Go ahead and orientate it and reconnect it. Now it's time to hook up the PCV to the stock control PCV valve. We supplied 2 different lengths. If you have a 2020 and plus, you're going to use the longer hose. If you have a 2017 to 20, your PCV is going to go right to the valve cover off of a barb, and you will splice in the fitting that comes with that. We send both hoses in the kit, so whatever year you have, it should work with both. Oh, that was a long sentence. All right, so I got the longer PCV valve or hose. I'm going to slide our clamps that we provide on the hose before I install it. Loosen these up just a tad. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide it onto the barb that should be up here already. Slide that clamp up. I'm going to slide this one onto our 90-degree fitting that's on the intake tube and slide that up. You don't really need to clamp it if you don't want to. If you're at the track, they might give you a hard time about not having hoses clamped, so we send clamps with it just because there's not much pressure going through them, so they don't really need a clamp. But again, we provide it for the tracks. Okay, now is when we're going to go back personally and tighten this front bolt the rest of the way, because you got the air box exactly where you want it to sit. Go ahead and snug that up. And now we are going to grab the lid to our system. Obviously we went with white because the car is white. We think it looks good. It should match pretty well. It's personal preference. We offer it in black, red, white. We're thinking about doing custom colors. Let us know what you guys think below. And it's maybe something we can look forward to doing. All right, so now that everything is installed, everything's tight, all the bolts, you check everything, all your clamps, your PCV's valve is on, your filter is tight in the box, sitting how you want it. Now is the final piece of the puzzle to kind of wrap it all up. We're gonna put the lid onto it. Let me go grab that and we'll go ahead and install it. All right, so we got your lid. It's got 4 holes on it, 1 in each corner, obviously 1 for each of the tabs. We send these push pins that are Phillips head to them. They actually screw in and out, so when you have to remove them, you don't need any fancy tools other than the screwdriver. Kind of nice. Just going to set that on there. Your holes are going to line up. Put it in there, push it down. All your holes should line up. Give her a good wipe down. I don't have my cloth next to me or else I would. Again, we chose white because the car is white. We think it's going to look good. That's it. Pretty simple, very straightforward. I would say anybody with some basic hand tools could do this in their garage in about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We're going to go ahead and shoot some after videos for you guys. We'll link them right after the before videos. Let you guys hear the sound comparison and let us know what you think.